Hey everybody, how's it going? So this is a piece of news that pissed me the F off this morning. This comes from Bloomberg. It says, Biden calls inflation numbers out of date. Americans disagree. So it says here, President Joe Biden is risking a disconnect with the American public, no shit, playing down inflation readings that have sown discontent with the handling of the U.S. economy and an unsettled Federal Reserve team. The U.S. saw the largest increase in consumer prices more than 40 years last month, data showed Wednesday. Biden and his top economic advisors fanned out to say that the unacceptably high 9.1% inflation rate was out of date because it did not reflect the easing of gas prices since mid-June. Fed officials took it differently. Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland President Loretta Mester said she had not seen any convincing evidence that inflation had turned the corner, and Fed board member Christopher Waller called the Consumer Price Index report, quote, a major league disappointment. Now, before I just get into what the experience of 99.999% of the people in the United States and probably around the world watching this video have, I think it's important to just put this up front. I do not blame him for the fact that there is inflation. There were trillions and trillions of dollars tossed out there, whether for bond purchases, stimulus, all different types of quantitative easing before he got into office. And many of Biden's detractors tend to ignore the fact that just trillions of dollars went burr before he ever stepped into the White House. That being said, when you look at the prices of stuff right now, if just look at, let's say this is from a look at Manhattan rents. Again, 3,300 all the way up to 4,000. That's closer to like 20 or 30%. If you just look at any house on Zillow over the past like 4 years, you have this, which is like 10, 20, 30%. When it comes to the things that most people are saving to purchase, when it comes to the largest expense in most people's lives, which is their food bill, rent, buying a house, buying a car, and so on and so forth, inflation is way over that 9% number, and most people know that those numbers are, in my opinion, bullshit. It's one thing if you say, listen, we're getting screwed right now. Here's why we're getting screwed. Here's what we're going to do to fix it. I could at least fuck with you if you do that. The problem I think most Americans are having is when you go, what, inflation? What inflation? It's transitory, or it's not really that bad. That number's overstated, which is, again, in my opinion, just it's not a great way to get people to trust you. And I am not going to blame him for that. I don't even blame him for oil prices being that high. As I've mentioned in many of my live streams, if you take a look at last year and the year before that, you have OPEC countries that were asking for their quota to be increased, arguing for their quota to be increased, and when they finally had their quota increased, they were not even able to pump enough oil to meet the quota that they asked for. This is a worldwide problem. However, when you piss on somebody and you tell them that it's raining, you have now made it your political problem. And this is just a really, really, in my opinion, stupid way to respond to what most Americans are experiencing, which is whether you go to the grocery store, whether you're shopping for an apartment, whether you're shopping for a house, realizing that prices are up 20 to 30 to 40% more than they were just a few years ago. Again, when you say 9%, you've got a lot of people out there that are just going, because 9% is not the increase that most people are actually experiencing in the things that they purchase to go about their daily lives. But when you do put out that bullshit number, and then you tell the public it's actually lower than that bullshit number, come on, bro. Come on. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now. By the way, do check the community page. I'm going to be in Austin for just a few more days, and I'm going to be doing a meetup in the area at a place that has a really, really amazing Chicken Club bacon sandwich, which is absolutely to die for, and I will see you tomorrow if you want to show up. See you in the next video.